Hi everyone, we have Easter coming up, so I thought I would put together a little video for you just to survive the Easter weekend without getting off track. And the first thing that most people worry about is chocolate. So my number one tip is let yourself have some chocolate, but decide beforehand what your favorite chocolate is. Try and just stick to that one because then you're really enjoying it, and allow yourself to have that. And 4 days over the Easter break, if you had a little bit of chocolate each day, it's really not going to undo your hard work. But my number one tip is get yourself a little bowl that's just a small dessert bowl, and put your chocolate in there on Good Friday or Thursday that you intend to eat over the whole Easter break. And you could probably fit maybe half a dozen decent sized Easter eggs in a bowl like that, and maybe a few little ones as well, or some Lindt balls or whatever it is that you like. Secondly, with that, make sure that you look up the calorie of the chocolate that you're eating. So most packets will say how many grams of chocolate per egg, and just Google it. And the purpose of that is, first of all, so that you're not overeating too many, but also so that you're actually aware. I think a Lindt ball only has about 80 calories. So even if you eat a few extra more than what you intended to, it's not the end of the world. If you just put it into perspective and go, okay, well, that's, an extra 80 calories or an extra 160 calories. It's not going to ruin everything completely, and it's certainly thinking that it will is something that will then trigger that sort of binge like behavior of like, oh well, I've ruined it now, I may as well just throw it all out the window. So allow yourself to have some chocolate, be aware of what the calories are that are in there, and give yourself permission to eat it, but also plan ahead and make sure that it's good quality chocolate that you really enjoy. The other danger with the chocolate is, especially if you've got kids around, grandkids, your own kids, there's obviously a lot of extra chocolate floating around, and it's quite risky to just be picking at bits. That's where you've already got your chocolate there. You've decided, allocate maybe an afternoon tea, have a cup of tea or a hot chocolate, or something after dinner to enjoy that chocolate. And so then if you're tempted by the kids' chocolate hanging around, first of all, it's probably lower quality, not as enjoyable. Second of all, you have your nice chocolate to look forward to, so you're not in that restriction mindset where you think that you need to snack on that chocolate that's lying around because you can't have any. You absolutely can. So just try and stick to the chocolate that you've allocated yourself. The other one is hot cross buns. I love a hot cross bun with a cup of tea as an afternoon tea over the Easter break, or you can have it with breakfast. Like anything else though, just try and have a bit of a protein source with it. Hot cross buns on their own with a small smear of butter, toasted, absolutely delicious. It's Easter, enjoy it, but just enjoy that one a day, not 6 every day just because it's Easter. We tend to sort of go, oh well, it's Easter and I'll get back on track afterwards. You can absolutely not do damage to your progress if you're enjoying the treats in moderation, and planning to have them as well. In terms of get-togethers with family, friends, social events, whether you're going camping or going away, try as much as you can to prepare and take something relatively healthy. So if it's like a bring a plate thing, or if you're hosting a barbecue or you're going camping, you don't have to stick to what you would normally eat. That's the whole point of these festive things. Food is a way of bringing everyone together. But you can minimize the risk by making some low-calorie dips. If you Google low-calorie dips, it's going to come up with a bunch of cottage cheese-based dips or vegetable-based dips. Or if you're buying prepared dips, look in the nutrition panel on the dips and look for just the lowest calories per 100 grams. Tzatziki is an excellent choice. A lot of the hummuses aren't too bad. And salsa is also a great one. With the dips, just try and make sure you're taking an extra amount of cut up celery, carrot, cucumber, and if you can have the crackers, but just alternate. So, a piece of celery with a dip for one bite, then you can have a cracker. So just try and minimize the damage. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying don't have it. In terms of the big family dishes, you can by all means taste a little bit of everything. Another great tip, have a little plate. Especially if you're the one that's cleaning up the kitchen and you tend to pick while you're cleaning up, or even pick while you're preparing. Put whatever you want, what you would normally just put in your mouth, on the plate, and tell yourself, literally look at the clock and just go 20 minutes time or half an hour's time when I'm finished, I'm allowed to sit down and eat this entire plate of food, but make a meal out of it. So count it as a meal or a snack, sit down, have a nice drink, you know, enjoy it, talk to somebody, do whatever, but don't just pick on the go. That's when we tend to overconsume the calories. The other problem with Easter is usually the alcohol. You only have to go near a Dan Murphy's on Thursday before Easter to see how much us Aussies love our binge drinking when we've got a few days off work. If that's your behavior, enjoy it, do it, but remember you're getting the break from work to relax and unwind. If you overdrink, especially a few days in a row, you're going to feel worse the next day. You know, you won't have as much energy for your kids or your family, or those conversations with those relatives that you kind of don't really love seeing. So just try and minimize the drinking. In terms of drinking choices, if you're drinking wine, make sure that you're splitting a bottle with somebody and try and keep it to that one bottle, or have, you know, wine with half soda water or half mineral water. If you're having spirits, then any kind of clear spirit is better. It's not as many byproducts in it, so you'll feel a bit better the next day. So vodka, gin are great. Soda water is best with a squeeze of fresh lime or fresh lemon. Tonic water, normal tonic water does have sugary calories in it, so just go for any kind of sugar-free mixer. If you love, you know, rum and Diet Coke, it's better than a rum and Coke. So just try and limit the amount of drinks and decide ahead, same as with the chocolate, how much you intend to drink. You know, of course, it gets a little bit out of hand and judgment goes out the window sometimes, but if you can just minimize those alcohol calories as well, and give yourself a sort of certain time in the day to start drinking too. Like everybody else might be cracking a beer at, you know, 12 or 1 o'clock, because it's, you know, we've got 4 days off and that's what Aussies do. But if you say, you know, I'm not going to drink until 4, then don't just start drinking on the run. If you're, you know, running around after kids and getting food ready and all of that, just make sure that you're sitting down, relax and calm before you drink that first drink. We tend to guzzle the first one as a way of kind of de-stressing and unwinding, to sort of like force that relaxation to happen really quickly, and that's when we can start to overdrink because we get drunk much faster. If you are drinking, try and stay away from the snacky foods. Eat your meals by all means, but it's okay to skip a snack or stay over the other side of the room or the campsite or whatever from the you know, the platter with all the dips and everything on there. And also try and, if there is a platter and somebody's gone to a lot of effort, try and eat the protein-based things. So you know, cream cheese dips are better than you know, just a handful of crackers without them, because it will fill you up for longer. If there's any kind of meat, salamis, gravitate more towards chicken and ham. If you're having barbecues, please don't try not to eat sausages. But what's really good to take to a barbecue is get those chicken tenderloins. You don't even have to cut them up. Toss them in a little bit of any kind of marinade, some sort of marinade sauce packet, or even like a dry spice or dry herb thing. Salt and pepper and Italian herbs is fine. Stick them on the barbecue and have them in place of sausages. So it's just a really good way to lower the calories, get extra protein, high quality protein, and that all keeps you fuller for longer. Have a great Easter. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy the beautiful food. Remember that you're there to keep company and have more focus on the people you're with rather than the food that you're eating, and you'll have a great time. We'll get back on track as soon as possible afterwards. Happy Easter.